Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry for the lack of posts the last couple of weeks. Like I said, my computer died, and I was on a business trip. I had a there's a big air show in Oshkosh that I had to go set up for. But I'm back, and I wanted to say thanks to Gabriel in Oshkosh who gave me this really cool Emerson Keith Opto charm. I doubt I'll throw it very often, but I really like the disc a lot, and I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Gabriel, for the disc and for all your help up in Oshkosh. And to all my friends in Oshkosh, thanks a lot. You guys were great. And now, on to the video. Hey everybody, I am at Searight Park. It's the 10th of June, and there are absolutely no pictures on the scorecard. On this short hole, I've got my D Model S. I'm trying to go to the left of this tree that's directly in front of me, and you can see the wind picks me up, and I end up hyzering out. Okay, so I clipped that tree off the tee and ended up right there. The basket's right over there. Don't have much here, don't really have a play at a birdie, so I'm just going to try to get this up close and take my par. So like I said, I don't have a lot here. I'm just taking a stable entropy and throwing a little flick up there close to the basket to make par. Okay, so the second hole here at Searight, the basket is right there. What I like to do on this hole is I'll take a fairway driver that's fairly understable. Today I'm going to throw this trespass, and I like to kind of flip it up to the left a little bit and get it to kind of go behind these trees over here, which you really can't see behind, but behind these trees there's a gap, and then get it to hyzer back into the basket if I can. So let's give it a try. Didn't get exactly what I was looking for there. The wind is blowing in. I thought it would take that disc more to the left. I threw it pretty hard, but instead it just basically stayed straight and then went up and ended up hyzering out on me. So really kind of just have to hope I have an opening here that I can throw an up shot and try to get up close to this basket. I've got one of these shots that new golfers and disc golfers tend to get. I'm under this tree, I'm taking this stable entropy and just trying to lay myself up for an easy par. It was only 3.5 minutes ago, so you should know what's about to happen here. It's not very impressive. Yeah, great bogey, Todd. I do want to let you know that I've been working on my putting. I'm actually putting from a different stance. I'm putting from a straddle stance now. So you're going to see an improvement in my putting, probably not for the next couple of rounds, but you will see an improvement. So I'm looking forward to that. But in the meantime, here it comes. It's the length of this hole that makes it tough for me. I just don't have the kind of power yet on this hole. But I throw a really nice forehand here that slides under the trees on the left and sets me up really well for my second shot. I have a lot of nostalgia for this course, Searight. I actually played my first round of disc golf on this course. I moved to Texas in 2017, took up disc golf in 2019, and I used to live no more than a mile from this course. So when I took up the game, I decided to come out here and play for the first time, and yeah, I pretty much got my ass whipped, but it's fun and I enjoy it. I hope you're enjoying watching me try to do this. Yeah, so I'm not in the best position. My marker is right there. The basket is down there. Probably just see it if I step out here a little bit. But I think I'm just going to take the same disc, that Hades, and try to keep it low, get it to flip up,
And really, I'm just trying to make par here.
I am working on my backhand, and it's getting better. I'm incorporating an X step, but this was a really good throw. I should have thrown something a little more stable, but I'm happy with that.
Always feels good when you throw a disc exactly the way you want to, or hit a shot in golf the way you want to. God, it feels good, man. That was a good throw I just made there. I may have been able to get away with a more stable disc than the Hades, but I wanted to make sure I got it to Anheuser. So I'm hopeful that I didn't slide up under some trees over here, and that I have a good look at the basket and an easy up and down for par.
So I wouldn't call this necessarily a good look at birdie, but any look at birdie on this hole is a good look. I'm happy to only be 70 some feet away for a birdie on this hole. I give it kind of a run, but I'll take a par. I can usually throw a good shot on this hole, but I released this a little low, and that leaves me with having to basically scramble for a par. Nothing super exciting on this hole, I'm just making par.
All right, so the fifth hole out here at Searight is, it's not long, but it plays pretty sharply dogleg right. The basket is kind of up behind these trees, so you can't really see it from here. The play I like to go with is a forehand. I like to take it pretty high, and I take a very stable disc, in this case a Justice, and try to get it to kind of spike into the basket and hopefully make a birdie.
So as I said, I'm actually trying to throw my Justice here kind of high and up to the left to get it to spike down into the basket area, which you cannot see here. It's not a long hole, and I cut it off a little bit and clip a tree on my way there, so not a great throw.
So I'm pretty sure I hit a tree up there. I was way further right than I wanted to. I let go of that early. Not a great throw.
I'm just outside the circle here, so I have a good look at a birdie. And like I said, my putting is getting better, but you wouldn't know it by that putt because I don't even draw a medal. It's a solid par, but I really need to be making those putts, and in the future you will see me making more of those putts. Like I said, I've changed my putting stance, and I'm actually putting better now than I was back when I recorded this.
Well, I had a look from outside the circle for a birdie there, and couldn't draw medal. It was the right height. I just pulled it a little off to the right. For some reason, I thought it would hyzer back a little more than what it did. But I'm still even through 5. Not playing badly, not throwing a lot of good shots, but not playing badly. So hopefully I can keep this up until I find my stroke.
Just a short straightaway hole here of 184 feet. Plays a little downhill. I've got one of my throw putters here, and I early release it, so I don't get necessarily a great throw down the hill. I'm left with this from about 63 feet. This isn't a terrific run, but it's not a terrible run. I feel like I threw that decently, well enough that I could easily make par. But as you're about to see, I can't easily make par. Yeah, another great bogey. And not to beat a dead horse, but my putting is better today than it was back on June 10th.
So the problem is twofold. I'm not getting my lag putts close enough to the basket to where I don't really have to think about what I'm going to do on the next putt. In other words, I'm leaving my lag putts too far away from the hole. And then I'm not making the second putt from inside the circle, which is bad. I definitely need to practice some putting. I don't know, I just prefer to come out here and play and shoot videos, but I definitely do need to practice one of these days. I'll get around to it. Okay, so this is a short dogleg left. The basket is in here behind these trees over here. It's not long, so really just a For me, it's just a backhand with a fairway driver and just try to get somewhere up there where I have a look.
So just like my putting, I'm working on my backhand, and you can see here I kind of release this a touch early, and it just clips some leaves up there. Leaves me in decent shape to make par, so I shouldn't have too much trouble making my par here. You can see that I'm about 48 feet out here. I'm giving this a skinny run, and this is a good example of how I'm changing my putting. You can see I'm kind of a stagger stance there. And right here, you're going to see me in a straddle stance. And I think this is where I'm starting to realize that I putt better in a straddle. Because that is the technique I go to, and it seems to be working. So the basket on the 8th hole here sits right up under these trees. You can just see it right there. So I try to throw a kind of a flip-up forehand that slides up to the basket. And I early release this.
So far, I can't seem to find my throw today. I am early releasing over almost everything on the forehand. I haven't thrown enough backhands to really know what I'm doing there, but I'm making pars, so that's something.
So once again, I find myself in trouble here, having to go to a patent pending, and I'm throwing a understable mid-range here, and I don't get it on an anhyzer enough. So when it slows down and hyzers out, it leaves me this tricky little 27-foot putt for a par. Want to take a guess what happens?
So this is a tough little hole in my opinion, but it actually sets up well for my kind of game, being, you know, forehand predominant player. The fairway kind of turns to the left a little bit and then comes back right. So if I can throw a good enough throw on a bit of an anhyzer or just get a disc to flip up, it'll run down the fairway for me. I've had looks at par on this hole, but I don't think I've made one. So maybe this will be my first time.
So I did go back and look, and I have parred this hole before, but it's a rare occurrence. I've got my trusty trespass that I'm ready to throw here. You can see the wind is up. I'm trying to flip this up and get it to slide down the tunnel toward the basket, and I throw a pretty good throw.
Hey guys, while I'm thinking about it, make sure you hit Hey guys, while I'm thinking about it, make sure to hit Hey guys, while I'm thinking about it, make sure to hit like and subscribe for me. Really helps out the channel a lot, and I appreciate it. Thanks.
So I got lucky here. I kind of slid into the right rough, but I have a nice little opening down to the basket. You can see right there, just over my left shoulder. I've got my verdict here from 156 feet. And I throw a nice little upshot here to put myself in good shape. You can see it skip past the basket there.
That was a solid throw with a little mid-range from 156. I ended up right up here. Looks like I got about 10-12 feet for a par, which is a rarity for me out here. I may have made pars out here before, but man, I don't remember it. So a par out here feels like a birdie on this hole.
I mean, even I can't miss this one, right?
So not bad, 3 over. Most of that is putting. I haven't thrown all that many bad shots, not shots that would cost me pars anyway. I've lost my pars on the greens. I'm not making circle one putts right now. I know I should go out and practice, but it's more fun to come out and play and make videos. So I'm gonna do that. Maybe one of these days I'll go practice, but today's not that day. Anyhow, thanks for joining me, folks. Please come back and see me again soon. And just remember, there are no pictures on the scorecard.